First, DigiRoad, so I'll explain the concept for it. It's very simple. Just get it out the way. I will be watching 3 episodes of a Digimon anime I haven't seen previously, or in a way I haven't seen before. So I've seen the first 3 seasons of the original, which is why I'm now watching Frontier. I will be going with the dub this time. But for example, maybe in the future, Adventure O2 in the Spanish, right? Maybe I could try that out. Who knows? Or the Japanese, because I've only seen some of the movies in the Japanese dub, since I've mostly been English, because again, childhood then. But it'll be cool to get into Frontier. I've heard mixed things about it over the years, but I will keep an open mind. All positivity, no negativity. So I will be watching an episode, giving thoughts on it, and then going to watch another, giving thoughts on it. So it's going to be episode thoughts, episode thoughts, episode thoughts. And I'll make that clear with like some kind of sound I'll come up with once it goes to it. So we're going to end the opening now. I'm going to go straight to watching the first episode of, again, the English dub. Cry about it if you want. I don't care. All right, episode 1 is down. I thought it was pretty good. I really liked the opening, how it started, and took you a bit back to, his boring everyday life, and then cuts back to the opening where, almost gets isekai'd through the old-fashioned way, but he decided to take an elevator, which is a bit safer, a bit more effective. I really like the main character's voice actor in the dub. I feel like I've heard him before, but I can't put my finger on it. The name is very close to Takato's, so I might eventually mix them up, but it's Takuya. I'm definitely going to get them mixed up, though, down the line. It's bound to happen. And then the other characters have very non-Japanese sounding names, so very likely that they were localized, huh? Very, very likely that they were changed for the dub. Blonde is Zoe. I don't know how I feel about her yet. Kind of haven't seen her enough. Then there's JP, which I haven't seen him enough to really decide either. And then I can't even remember the other kid's name. Tommy, that's what it is. Tommy. I'll see how I feel about him. He seems like TK, but a bit more over the top, a bit more dramatic than him. But he could still be a decent character. I thought the first episode was really good. Sets up everything fine. We have also, Sasuke Uchiha over there, who we're likely going to see in the next episode, maybe by himself. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just interested in where it goes from here. There isn't much to say because, again, this is just basically a setup. I don't really mind the turning into Digimon gimmick from this. I still personally prefer actually interacting with them as if they are your partners, but I don't think this is bad, especially because we do have those Pinky and the Brain motherfuckers that I imagine are going to be with the cast for the rest of the show. So I like them. I like their dynamic. Calling them a nincompoop. I enjoyed that quite a bit. The animation was pretty sick too during the Spirit Digivolution or Spirit Evolution. I don't even think they're calling it Digivolution in this one. But that looked pretty sick, like really, really, really cool. I think the Tamer's evolutions are better visually, but it was still really, really, really cool, actually. Really solid first episode. I think it's better than Tamer's first episode because it's a bit of more on the slower side building up. Because we don't really see him interact with Guillemon at all. So pretty strong opener. Hopefully this continues on to the next few episodes. And hopefully we get to see more of the Pagumons. Episode 2 finished. I think that was as strong as the last one. 2 back-to-back pretty solid episodes. And I'm going to mention it now because I didn't last time. The theme song, as soon as I heard it, the first thing I thought of was Sonic Underground, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's the exact same singer for it. I didn't know how I felt about it at first. I'm into it now. I Second time around I heard it, I'm into it. I have heard it before previously, because people have mentioned it before, and sometimes YouTube recommend it or whatever, but I get it now. The song clicked with me. I like it. It's cool. And speaking of the theme song, the soundtrack in general for the dub is really, really good. Really cool mixture of this jungle and tribal feel mixed with some like electronic stuff in it too, especially during the spirit evolution. It is really, really good. Maybe up there with Tamers for me for the OST. Like, it is just solid. It is just really, really good so far. But I'm a sucker for anything with a jungle or tribal feel. I just really big fan of that kind of stuff. Also forgot to mention Rika as the narrator at the end of the last one. I'm glad she is still here in the next. It was a bit funny hearing her call Koji, what was it? She said he had like attitude problems. Like, what's up with that? Very ironic coming from Rika, but very nice to hear her voice, just like Howard Davis was the main narrator for Tamers in the dub. Also, the guy's name is Koji, we know now. Not Sasuke Uchiha, Koji. I don't really like his spirit evolution, Lobomon. I think it kind of looks a bit I'm not really a fan of its design. And the voice sounds dorky. I don't know what they did with the change in voice when he does become Lobomon. I don't like it. Not a fan personally. Not my thing at all. It was cool to see Pagumon again. A lot of them in this episode. I'm glad they continued on with them. Can they make it in the third? Can they make it? Can they cause more issues? I'm hoping so. It was nice seeing Zoe and Takuya interact more, because I said last time I don't really know how to feel about Zoe yet. She didn't really have much personality to show off in the first one. Now we understand her a bit more. The comment of her being 3 months older and being very cocky about that showed a lot of character. Takuya's reactions to it too. It's nice. They're going to have a really good dynamic, I feel. Comparing it to Pokemon reminds me a bit of Ash and May in how the dynamic is. I like it. Also, Zoe's VA, I think it's Rukia's voice actress. Certain parts of like the pitch or whatever kind of feel similar in her way of talking. So not pitch, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Pitch wise and tone, it's very different, but I'm pretty sure that's the same, because I don't know where else I would place it. I kept thinking of Bleach when I kept hearing her voice. I'm pretty sure that's the same VA as Rukia, who was in Tamers as Antilamon. But yeah, definitely doing a different pitch and tone this time around. I'm pretty sure it's the same VA. It has to be, I feel. Just something about it screamed Bleach to me when I heard it. So I think it's Rukia's, because I don't know who else it would be. I was also thinking at some parts, it kind of sounds like Dawn's VA, but I don't think it is. They kind of have different inflections on things, like different speech patterns. I don't know, but I like the voice. I wonder who's going to get the next one. I imagine it's probably going to be Zoe, just because we saw a bit more of her personality this time around. And then I imagine, because he really wants it, I imagine Tommy's probably going to be the one to get the spirit evolution at last. Also, does JP just have endless amounts of chocolate? How much does he actually have? Oh, wait, one more thing. Raremon. Great to see you again, buddy. Love Raremon. DigiRoad. Just finished episode 3. I think that it was another good episode, but it's on the lower end out of the 3. I think this was the weakest one. Not that it was bad, but it had good stuff with pushing the plot a bit forward, with who the spirits were, right? Warriors that fought against almost naked Angel Boy, the Summon. And we got to learn a bit more about the Fractal Code. I forgot to mention that previously, but it is now confirmed that the Digimon that were beaten had parts of the Fractal Code for that specific rebuild. I didn't know if that was the case or if it was you could just beat any, and then you could repurpose them into the code needed to rebuild something else. But no, they have the code within themselves, right? Kumamon, really great design. I liked how cartoony Kumamon also was uh, during the transformation with the big peace sign. I've seen him before, and I always liked his design, but how cartoony it was very, very nice. And I liked the different angle for the spirit evolution for Tommy. It looked really cool. Again, these evolutions are just pretty sick. Wizardmon, I'm pretty sure that was Ty's VA that was playing Wizardmon. I don't think it fit. I thought it sounded really, really off. I did not like it at all. So hopefully we never see Wizardmon again in Frontier, because I did not like Ty's voice actor as Wizardmon. Just very, very strange. In a way, it's nice to hear him, but it was weird. It was really weird. Also, speaking of the Spirit Warriors, Lusamon, the freaking race war. I feel like I've heard people make jokes about that before, the Beastmon Human race war. Now I know where it's from, so very interesting plot choice there. But also, Zoe, the Mamma Mia thing, her just saying random Italian words is killing me. In a good way or a bad way, I'm not sure yet, but I'm guessing that is going to be her gimmick going forward. So hopefully we hear pasta. Hopefully Mamma Mia comes back, returns. But also, I'm pretty sure that's Yukari's voice actor from Persona 3. It clicked with me, because every single time she says that stupid stuff in a higher pitch, right? Like the Mamma Mia, or her and Takuya are kind of arguing. It keeps clicking in my mind the specific line that VA had said in a previous work that people meme to be from Persona 3, right? The stupid, etc., etc., etc. You already know. So surprised a version of that hasn't been done with Zoe, because I am 1000% sure that's the same VA. Glad to get a bit more exposition with the plot, but it was kind of it was a good episode. Kind of a bit weaker though. Hopefully the next one is stronger. The Candlemon with a mustache was very strange to me. I don't think I like that. It's going to be possibly in my dreams for a while. I can't get it out of my head. And now every single time I think of Candlemon, I can't imagine him without the mustache. And that really, really bothers me. I think this episode might have ruined Candlemon for me. I can't see him without the mustache now. So I guess final thoughts on all 3 episodes. Not a bad start at all to a series. Again, I think Tamers had a slower start than this, which hopefully they don't burn out too quickly with Frontier, because I think they did start really, really strong with those first 2. And hopefully this one is leading into a very good episode 4, hopefully. And also, I am surprised that Tommy got his next. I really thought it was going to be Zoe, just based off of the interaction she's been having, like a bit more dialogue the past few episodes. Interesting concept with the fractal data and using it to defeat the enemies to rebuild the world. It makes the kind of monster of the weak stuff feel a bit more important, because then something's always actually happening in regards to the world around you. Good way to not make certain episodes feel pointless. And yeah, as I mentioned before, the music is just really, really solid. So I enjoyed these 3 episodes. Good laughs with Pagumon, the chocolate. Good laughs with JP, like fluttering his eyelashes, trying to get home. Zoe and Takuya's interactions, right? As mentioned before, the 3 months thing I thought was pretty funny. A bit of teasing from Takuya as well against JP in episode 3 with Zoe. I like the dynamic. I like that Takuya seems to be a bit more assertive of a main character, a bit more assertive. It's nice. A bit more assertive, a bit more like, I don't really care, but also is going to do the right thing. I like it. And I like that we didn't have to deal with Tommy possibly being kind of useless for a lot of episodes. That's kind of what I thought they were going to go with, so I'm glad they didn't. I am glad. I'm glad that he grew very, very quickly. I imagine there's still going to be parts where he does act a bit babyish, which is fine given how young he is compared to the rest of the cast, but I am glad he's not going to be entirely useless for like 10 plus episodes or something. Enjoyed my time. Looking forward to watching more in the future. I don't know how often I'll be doing this, but first DigiRoad down. Episodes 1 through 3 of Frontier, English dub. Mamma mia.